Welcome. I'd like to go through a preview video of the online course Best Practices for Online Learning of Computer Programming. I'd like to draw your attention that the link can be found in the YouTube video description. The first aspect of the training is the audience would be instructors of computer programming students, and that makes it important to train the instructors. So I'd like to draw your attention to the 8 lessons on the sidebar to the left, and we'll be going through a brief overview of each of those in this presentation. Initially, we'd like to describe the massive open online courses and not exactly what they've done correctly, but what is missing in this case, and some of the sources that have provided a critical analysis summarize that emotionally based motivation, social interaction, and a building of community can be critical components to students completing learning, and those are often lacking relating to the online course environments. So this course, we would like to investigate what we can do to help and specifically how new technologies could help us. One aspect of learning theories which deserves a mention is this principle of scaffolding. And simply said, that is just if a task is sufficiently complex, instructors will need to provide some form of support and gradually layer the complexity so that a great deal of frustration and poor outcomes don't unfold. So we'll be talking more about scaffolding. One aspect of how scaffolding can be achieved through technology is using technology to help. GitHub is putting forward a Copilot um, application. So basically, AI is advancing quite rapidly, and this would act as a active companion for programmers and seems to be quite an interesting breakthrough in technology. So that will provide some scaffolding to students. Uh, Best practices in terms of learning often involve activities, and one aspect that can also help learning is the visualizations that accompany activities. This particular diagram is a UML diagram, and it is intended to help students begin to learn about a process called test-driven development, which is used in the analysis and design of software. And here we can see a bit of interactivity on the graphic itself, where students can click on the numbered activities to get a further description. And then activities prove to be quite important for motivational purposes and to reinforce learnings. So open source programming, this activity was quite interesting for students to be able to program their own drones. And we alluded to the fact that often gaming scenarios that people are familiar with will offer rewards for completing those tasks. So another aspect that the massive online courses lack is this collaboration. Oftentimes, students have to work by themselves and be graded individually, and we miss out on this joyous activity of communication. So another aspect of technology is Discord servers, and this is another gaming technology that hopefully will promote teamwork and communication with both audio and video channels. And these youngsters here are enjoying themselves while they program and get to experience learning together. Which brings me to the next topic, which is a tool called Code With Me, which essentially is a remote product which allows for pair programming where there is a driver and a navigator role. And this is a very popular way for students to collaborate and learn to code together and alternate roles of this driver and navigator. And then to conclude the presentation and to bring it home, we'd like to roll together some of these aspects. So I'm introducing this application called Muck Team, and essentially it would be two of these programming pairs working together as a team, and the goal would be for them to be able to provide emotional support and motivation to each other and to develop on a small level, the four-person team, a community of practice, which would be the best benefit of this pair programming. And just want to draw your attention to the bullet points to remember the important learning principles to minimize distractions, to support collaboration, and to allow the visualization for the more complex learnings. So I wanted to thank you for letting me give this brief overview, and I hope that you're motivated to check out the in-depth material online. Thank you very much.